We're still in the darkness. And for that matter, we're still in a garden. Just like we were when this passion story begins. Darkness is a theme tonight. The shadows are all too real. As we come to the end of the story, we come to the shadow of the cross, where Jesus' dead, lifeless, limp body hangs. The physical setting may well have been during the daytime, but make no mistake about it, it's still plenty dark. Barbara Brown Taylor, the author who talks about walking in the dark, quotes St. John of the Cross, who says, "The dark night is God's best gift to you, intended for your liberation. It is about freeing you from your ideas about God, your fears about God, your dedication to believing all the right things about God, your tactics for manipulating God, and your sure cures for doubting God. God puts out our lights to keep us safe." John says, because we are never more in danger of stumbling than when we think we know where we are going. And we sure think we know where we're going. Maybe we do. We have the gift of knowing that on the other side of Jesus' death is his resurrection. On the other side of tonight awaits Easter, when the darkness will be vanished, vanquished even. But as we dwell this night still in the dark of night, and the darkness that surrounds Jesus' passion, the disciples didn't know what waited. That was it for them. Their Lord, their friend, their teacher, the one that they thought would look out for them and kick butt and take names, is no longer breathing. Mary, Jesus' mom, Mary Magdalene, and Mary, the wife of Clopas, might still be standing with the beloved disciple at the foot of the cross, but presumably that's all. The other disciples had vanished, overcome by fear and darkness, not liberated by the darkness, but steeped in it, and their ideas about God and who Jesus was supposed to be. This year I'm taken by just who shows up at the cross at the end of the story. Joseph of Arimathea, a secret disciple of Jesus, comes to ask Pilate to take Jesus' body. Joseph is a secret disciple, afraid of the Judeans and what associating with Jesus would have meant for him. It would have meant social suicide, political and religious alienation for sure. And he's not alone. There's Nicodemus, who comes to Jesus under the cover of darkness, but who now comes out into the light. These two men stand with Jesus, and in the very end they speak up for him. No, they claim him with Pilate. Nicodemus brings some 100 pounds of spices to anoint Jesus' body. Together they take down Jesus' body from the cross. They hold him bleeding from the crown of thorns, mouth open, eyes rolling around. They have the courage to embrace the bloody body of the one who claimed and promised eternal life. At that moment, they held both darkness and light in their arms. And they carry Jesus' body into a new tomb in the garden and lay him there, the place of total darkness. These two men finally find their faith in the dark. Maybe there really is something to this learning to walk in the dark thing. Darkness is a metaphor, but it's also a reality. It's something we can't escape. But we can embrace it. And that's what Joseph of Arimathea did. Perhaps his courage to hold the tragedy of Good Friday in his arms came in the fact that he could embrace the darkness, because he knew somehow that endings are also just beginnings. Jesus may have said, "It is finished," but Joseph trusted that something else was only just beginning. Can we too? Can we learn to walk in the darkness too?